Okay. Okay. Seems good. Except I need to do this when I stream. Otherwise, if I click anywhere else, Factorio will disappear. Alright. So, this is, I think, iteration number 3 or 4 of the Industrial Omnismelters. This is, of course, a little bit more late game, with absolute spam of roboports, bots, and wide area beacons. We've got 144 industrial smelters in this block, and depending on the tier 3 modules that we put into this, currently we're looking at 403 iron plate per second, which would be, with stack bonuses and everything and direct insertion, almost 15 stack inserters to keep up with. Speaking of bots exploding, yikes. This is in a world where we have not researched swarm safety yet. But yeah, okay, can you stop exploding for a second, please? How about this? Let's get a lab. A Veldak. Good to see you again. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Speed. Infinity chest. Super inserter. Power thingy. And I can't shift right click, shift left click for this. But I think we only need 2 things for this research. There we go. Rayguard, thank you for the raid. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, raiders. How's your stream today? We're just getting started, actually. Let's throw down a beacon as well. Alright, that should... Well, that could probably go a bit faster yet. I'm getting 1 follower per second and I don't know why. Anyway, I'm pretty okay, lol. Nice. Is my shoutout thing broken? I didn't typo it, did I? Doesn't look like it. I am Suck. Good to see you again. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. What happened to the world? This is a mod called Editor Extensions. It's very useful for planning and testing out designs, aside from your actual game. RRB Russell, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Okay. So I've redone the Omni Smelter, crammed in as many furnaces as possible under 4 wide area beacons, and we're using bot spam to cram in as much as we can. We have a requester chest with everything we could possibly want to put into an industrial furnace, active provider chest for output, and then a crafting combinator, which is overflow chest position behind left. That is the active provider, and this sets the recipe based on a signal that it receives. What's the plan for today? Today I have a few blueprints that I've put together in my time off streaming, and we're going to get those going. Also, one of those blueprints, well, it's not that much of a blueprint, it's just all nice and organized. But we've got a new planet to exploit to get the iridite flowing nice and consistently. The circuitry for controlling this stuff, I still haven't come up with something, with an idea that I like for, like, central control. It might involve a lot of combinators added for each block, but we'll see. But for now, all we're doing is we have this little thing here. We have a bunch of recipes that we want to do. And we have this combinator right here. If everything is equal to 1, output everything 1. So once this constant combinator does its thing, in the initial state, it's going to spit that out. And if I turn this off, for example, this is going to hold on to those values. It's going to go around in a circle. This one here, each greater than 0, output 1 each, and it's connected to its own input. So it holds on to any positive values. So what this does is initially says we want to try every possible recipe that we can for the industrial omni-smelters. And then all we've got here, as intimidating as it may look at first, is just, let's see, 32 conditions that say, if there's no vulcanite blocks, don't try to make this recipe. If there's no vulcanite blocks, don't try to make this recipe, and so on. There's 2 different versions of the recipes for iron, copper, and glass. And we're also saying over here, if we reach some target for a resource that we're smelting, stop doing that as well. So the nice thing about this is, even though we're switching recipes as rarely as possible, so we don't lose out on the bonus production very much. And down the bottom here, we've just got requester chests. For the iron and the copper, what happened here? Oh no. Uh-oh. That's supposed to say this. I was playing around with this earlier and evidently messed it up. Incidentally, I did figure out something that I was wondering about, or wishing existed quite a while ago. It's possible to set a larger request number to effectively make this a higher priority for logistic bots to deliver to, but I wanted a higher priority but with a smaller number, or vice versa. You can't do vice versa, but what you can do is something like this. Just set a high request and then limit the chest. Thank you. Nope. Okay. So what we've got here is some requested chests for specific resources. And that's not supposed to go there. That's not supposed to go there. Do you also play Bannerlord? No, I haven't actually heard of Bannerlord. Moon? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Okay. So, all we've got going on here... Oh boy. Oh no. What's that supposed to... Oh no. Okay, I think... Oh no. Yeah, I need to reconfigure these chests almost from scratch. The more complicated circuitry should be fine, though. So this is supposed to be Naquium. This is obviously Iridium Ingot. This one is Holmium Ingot. 2400. Holmium Ingot, Beryllium Ingot. Stone Brick. And what's the odd one out? Oh, Cryonite. And weirdly enough, those lights that I set up are all correct still. Okay. So we set requests and we limit these chests to exactly the bare minimum of 160 stacks to trigger a train delivery from LTN. And then we have some balanced loader circuitry. It's going to be a bit noisy with these bots around trying to demonstrate it. I just want to tidy this up just in case there's a train coming or something. Okay, that's looking better. It might be easier, actually. Well, no, if I delete it, it might... there's not actually anything connected here. I'll just... We've already copy-pasted the settings. I'll just delete this and then replace it. There we go. And what is this? Why did it put iron plate in? Thank you for the follow, Moon. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Okay. That might actually still be working properly. If we see the exact same number of... I'm not sure it's working properly. Despite the mistakes that we already made here, I'm actually not sure how we inserted iron plate. Into these things as well. I think I'd better double check the wiring. So what we've got here is we read what the train is asking for. Oh, I see. 167 iron plate. It had it shoved into it from the beginning. That makes sense. Okay, so probably everything's set up correctly now. We read what the train is asking for from this, subtract the contents of the train, and that gives us the amount that we're still trying to put into the train. This thing here is just to get rid of some signals that might confuse things. So then we go negative 1,000,000 for each of those, each greater than 0, output each input count. And then we pass that signal directly to all of these inserters, which have set filters. So it doesn't actually matter what number they're receiving as far as set filters is concerned. As long as it's positive, It'll set the filters and they'll insert the right stuff. After that, we've got two sets of these. The first one says each divided by 4, output S for stack size. That red wire connects to each of these resources that just has one stack inserter per cargo wagon. And then we're doing the exact same thing over here, but this one connects to iron and copper, which we've got... Oh no, please stop filling my inventory so I can't fix this. No. Okay, I need this to not stick out at the start. There we go. So yeah, we're doing each divided by the number of inserters for that resource, setting the stack size so that we don't overload anything. Back to the depot for you. Delete this. Undo. Delete this. Undo. Stop the inserters from sticking out. Stop the inserters from sticking out. Can I please not have this put in my inventory? Okay, I see how it is. In that case... There we go. So from now on, the trains should insert... The inserters should put things into the trains at exactly the right count. Hey, Hughes Mike. Good to see you again. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. So you can see here the stack size dropping down. As the amount of iron plate that we need to put in the train approaches 0, so will the stack size. And it's just going to ensure that that we don't try to over-insert at the very end. Although I am a little bit concerned that it's giving us an odd number? No, it's probably fine. Probably. As long as the number up the top is a multiple of 4, it's probably okay. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Aside from that, we've got a typical robot drop-off here, whereby we're reading the logistic network contents here and feeding it to LTN. For the long trains, we are requesting all the input resources except iron plate. I think we'll just keep the iron plate here for steel, since we don't have to have it travel on belts or anything. And over here we're just requesting bots and repair packs. We've got the green wire jumping across here, red wire from this one because we don't want like signal contamination across this way. This way we can have the bots, the buffer chest here, requesting bots. We can output everything else straight to the active provider chest. And here we're just setting filters blacklist on a filter inserter. And rather than total bots, we go by available bots. So we're sending LTN a positive signal of the available bots we've got. Bisgula, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. We're sending LTN a positive signal for bots that we happen to have in the chests, plus bots that are available as opposed to the total count. And we're requesting 500, so we're going to be keeping the available bot count high enough. I might have started to mention this before, but we do have, for example, 206 glass per second. Rate calculator tells us that would take 7.2 inserters to keep up with. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's with 5 speed modules, and the rest are efficiency in our Beacon 2s. Which just happens to give us a crafting speed and power consumption of exactly normal. It offsets the productivity modules perfectly. So yeah, the train stations, in theory, can just barely keep up with what is being produced in this block. So could be a couple of tweaks, couple of improvements to make, but I think I'm pretty happy with this design. I did make a blueprint of it already, but I think there's a couple of things that need to be updated. Select new contents. And this starts over here. Oh, that's way too far. If I try and erase this stuff down the bottom, I'm probably going to miss something. Okay, let's try that again. Just get rid of those bits of rails sticking out at the edges. Also, the extra signals that I put in for testing purposes on the outside over here. And the power thingamajig. Don't need the trains or the train fuel. The fact that it says 144 crafting combinator blueprint settings is encouraging, considering that's the correct number. And I think we're pretty much good here. Let's update that. Friday evening, yeah, indeed. It's obviously going to be a lot easier for the stack inserters to keep up with the small stack size items. Down goes the stack size. And perfect. The other thing that took a little bit of work, I need to change the requests over here. We're requesting way too much stuff. But other than that, what we've got over here is the Item Smasher Mark II. Once again, we've got a active provider chest train drop-off over on this side. Here we've got... I could probably improve that with what I've done over this way. But here we've got a bot drop-off, logistic bots, construction bots, repair packs, and requester chests, because we'll be going through those. We've also got a trash pickup here, which is just going to... I just realized I forgot to explain one or two things with how this works. We'll get back to that. Read the logistic network contents. Set requests. So it's just going to request the entire logistic network. But then we set a blacklist with big negative numbers. Negative 1,000,000 for things that we don't want in this chest at all. And smaller negative numbers as limits for how much stuff we want to keep around. Thank you for the follow, Random. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Same setup for putting bots into the system here. And what we've got going on down this way, besides a lot of robot spam and chests, is from here we read logistic network contents plus the default signals for robot statistics. We go x minus y, available logistic bots minus total logistic bots. When that is 0, we know that there are no logistic bots moving around. Same goes for construction bots. Add those two together. If everything is equal to 0, we output 1 delivery cannon capsule. And that 1 delivery cannon capsule is basically part of a timer that we turn on and off. So if we connect this up like so, that's our timer. If we turn off the constant combinator, the timer stops. And we've got the same principle over here. If you connect this thing's input to its own output, it transmits data across the wire instantaneously, and it takes 1 tick to go from here to here, basically for the combinator to do its thing. So that'll hold onto a signal indefinitely, and then every single tick we're adding 1T to it. Mike Lap, good to see you again. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. So on top of that, we've got... we're removing all of these signals from what we get from the logistic network. Each greater than 0, pass that through. And then down here... Oh, I might need to tweak this a little bit, but we're saying if everything is less than 32,000, stop the timer. So we have to have a decent amount of something before we start getting rid of it. And down here we've got... I actually haven't finished it. I was trying to figure out a new design for loading what's in the logistic network and giving it to LTN. I do have a working design or two, but I was hoping to improve upon it. Basically, the problem with this is... well, it's complicated. We need to know when all of this is loaded before we start loading it into the train, because we need to keep these things in sync. And I was trying a new method for that, whereby we actually count how many items we stick into these chests. But unfortunately, if we want to go fast, the stack inserters will count, read hand contents pulse, they will count the entire stack, even if there isn't room to put it into the chest. So that doesn't really work out in our favor. Anyway, over here we've just got, if we want the delivery cannon capsules to stop, we feed it a number that's greater than the number of that the timer will tick up to. And we don't let the timer tick until the bots have stopped moving. Once the bots have stopped moving and we've got enough of some resource that we want to start destroying things, we pass that delivery cannon capsule signal over to our inserters. And only in the first few ticks of that 1 minute timer will these inserters pick things up. Excellent, fantastic. As for all of these combinators here, we're saying if we've got more than 4,000 of anything, we're just going to output not stone, but recipe delivery cannon capsule stone, which is a different signal, even though it looks the same. That's why we need one combinator per resource here, as opposed to each greater than 4,000 output each, which would literally output all of those signals that meet that condition. And what this is used for is... what is it used for? Setting the recipe for which resource we're going to shove into the delivery cannons. So we're not relying on a specific resource to be the thing that we sacrifice in that way. And the rest we're just supplying what we need to make the delivery cannons. Shoving as much as we can into these requested chests. And yeah, that's basically it. The thing I almost forgot to explain as to how this works. From this Roboport, we're reading logistic network contents and nothing else. That goes into all of these. These other Roboports, though, it might be a bit confusing at first glance, but those are actually set to not do anything. We're neither reading logistic network contents or reading robot statistics. It's just something for the crafting combinators to connect to, because we don't have power poles or something. And if we connect it to the storage chests, and it reads the storage chests, it might do something weird. So that's all that is. And this one, reading the logistic network contents and telling LTN what we've got in this block. So, yeah. I think it's about time to get back to the main game. Pretty sure this is working. There are some minor tweaks, maybe. At first I was thinking I might have to add more pickup stations down the bottom here, which made me a bit sad because this is a pretty good fit with 4 wide area beacons. But given the fact that if we use efficiency modules, we get a rate that is, well, for certain resources, the faster resources, we've got basically just enough inserters down here with a bit of room to spare to get those resources into the trains. So I think I'm actually very happy with these ratios. Okay, let's jump into our space exploration game. And away we go. And loading. Seems to load faster than it saves. It's probably about the same. Alright, before I forget, we are on Varus. Varus is a planet with Iridite core fragments, that's why we're here. It is pretty far away from Nauvis, so we're not gonna be able to use delivery cannons, and we're gonna have more than a few crashed rockets in each direction, but it should be okay. I think I forgot to bring landfill with me. Or at least... I was gonna say at least more than 100 landfill that I might have had in my personal inventory, but it seems like we don't even have that. Luckily, we do have a stone mine over here. And I was gonna put... No, I think I will. I almost forgot the other thing that It wasn't really a big redesign, I just did a version of this that fits better with pylon substations. As for the regular design itself, we've basically already done it before. Spaceships, cough cough. I'm sure we'll get there in 5 minutes. Alright, let's pick up the fish first, so we don't landfill all over them. And I think we'll put this thing about here. Kind of want it to be... Well, it's only going to be about here. We're not going to fit another one in this space. So I might as well make it so that it can reach land in both directions over here, I think. And it seems we really do have precisely 0 landfill. We'll get the spiders to pick up some of those fish. And I think what we'll do is lay out some solar panels and some miners over here. And we'll start churning out landfill. That's probably more than we need. Probably. Let's put a assembly machine here. We're going to be bottlenecked on the actual inputs, I don't think. Well, it wouldn't hurt. That's negative 40% power consumption. Alright. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 belts. Let's put this here. Whoops. And this one. Let's just overdo it. And this one goes here. Spiders are out of range. Spiders are out of range. Alright, drop some solar panels. I don't think we've got a lot in terms of accumulators. I think we didn't bring any regular ones. We've only got the tier 2s. And only like 600 of those. Okay. That should just about do it. I'm not seeing a whole lot of... Oh. Seeing whole lot of solar panels being placed here, probably because the spiders have them in their trash slots. Okay. I'm gonna have to pick things up from them. Let's do a passive provider, Roboport, some logistic bots. Spiders walking over the flat solar panels makes the... Oh, the bots are sorting that out for me. Fantastic. Yeah, for whatever reason, spiders walking over flat solar panels really challenges the UPS. Their legs looking for the few spots that they can actually fit. From what I recall, it wasn't as bad with regular solar panels. But I could be wrong. Let's make sure we have enough storage. And the logistic bots are going to cry because there's no power. I know the day length here is a bit much. 39.5 minutes. So I'm not sure exactly how long. It probably makes the sunrise, the nighttime like 5 minutes long, right? Okay. As for the rest, I think I would like to... Where did I even put it? This is it. I think I would like to put our... That's going to reach this Roboport, isn't it? No, I don't think so. Maybe? It's really hard to see where this would go. Well, we can just put one more Roboport. It's fine. The point of the way these Roboports are spread out here is just to catch crashed rockets. Well, not to catch them, just to pick up all of the parts after the fact. So we've got our cargo landing pad, signal transmitter. We've got some logic for sending requests back to Nauvis. And we've got a cargo rocket silo, some core mining drills, a bit of power management, and an umbrella, and that's basically it. I might get the spiders to go and build as much of that as they can while we're waiting for the sun to come up. And I think we'll... I'm pretty sure we counted about how many big mining drills we were going to need. We should have enough to cover all of this iridite. And bring it all back and shove it into the cargo rocket as well. Alright, I guess we'll check on Nauvis while we wait for the sun to come up. Oh, did those bots just start moving? Wait, where are you going? Oh no. think because we placed a roboport, the default small amount of electricity that it starts with, and there's no electricity over here, basically this robo network effectively doesn't exist. So the bots abandoned it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go and pick them up after this. Alright. Back to Nelvis. We've got... I think I'm gonna have to make a slight alteration to one of these dynamically loaded rockets over here. Because we're going to need 2 conditions to launch this rocket. We need to not be requesting anything in this chest, which will mean that we've finished loading it, even though it won't be full. And we need to also have the condition from this planet. Green signal might not be the way to go, but... but that's... when this condition is met, when one of... we're basically requesting a bunch of different resources, and unfortunately we need 2 combinators for each resource if we want to have a different request threshold for each resource. So we've got a constant combinator here with a big negative number of how many of those items we want, and then depending on where we want the request threshold to be, we've got a decider combinator for the repair packs set to negative 1800, I think. So it's like positive number from what's in the robo network, negative number for what we want, and then if this is below like negative 1800, then we pass a signal through here to request something. So, do we have power here? We have power here. Fantastic. Now I just need to go and bring those robots back. You're not escaping that easily. Okay, how many do we have? I guess we only need a few over here. As long as we park the spiders very, very close to that passive provider chest, it'll only take a few bots for massive throughput. Although we can't park them all that close to it. Anyway, how's our power network over here? Nowhere near good enough. Let's drop the rest of the solar panels. It is also the case that the sun is coming up still. But I have a feeling we should probably remove some of these big drills. Or maybe throw in some efficiency modules instead. Nope, that's all I've got. That's still nowhere near enough. Let's just remove the beacons for now and see what sort of power consumption we get there. Why do I have 0 construction bots? Why do I have 0 construction bots? Those are logistic bots. I think I need to go steal some. I didn't mean to take all of those, but okay. Actually, not okay. Let's put at least a few back in this spider. I thought I brought lots of construction bots too. They might be in some of the logistic trash slots. Maybe? Maybe not. Also, I noticed the spiders do not have a request for holmium accumulators. So let's... What? Didn't? Oh, it's somewhere else. There we go. Luckily found it. Let's save this. Construct from. And then update this one. Copy paste to the others. And if I send them back here, that should put the accumulators in their inventory instead of the trash slots. I might get them to walk around the solar panels. Yeah, there goes some accumulators now. And we're nowhere near charging just yet. Alright, that should probably place all the solar panels that we do have. Seems those bots are coming back because that other network ran out of power. And... yeah, we definitely don't need this many miners. That should still cover everything. It's looking a bit better. Seems we have run out of flat solar panels now, though. Okay. So how fast are we making landfill here? Nowhere near as fast as I would like, actually. I think I should probably just remove more of these miners until everything's at full power. That's still kind of slow. 12.4 per second. This would be 10 megawatts. We can't do that. Actually, yes, we could. Surprisingly enough. As long as we use some efficiencies as well. That's actually normal power. Oh, that's actually even more efficient. Wait, what? Max consumption plus 100%. It's double. Oh, that's plus 400%. Yeah, this is... yeah, so this is actually saving power. Okay, cool. I should have done that before. Okay. Can we maybe do some more of that over here? Not a whole lot. I just want to have full coverage. With productivity, though. It should do it. Fantastic. Much better. Okay. It is still going to take a while. We need about 6,000 landfill here. We've made 160. We're doing less than 1 per second, it looks like. And I think the inserters are keeping up with the belts. Okay. Let's have a look at Nauvis. Grab some... Oh, that's the military. I was going to say grab some construction spiders. For now, let's get this lot to do their thing. Start with all of the little expansions. There's an awful lot of them. And no doubt there's a few more we haven't seen yet. They'll probably discover some of them on the way there. Alright. I'll just leave them there for now. And I wanted to check on our construction spiders, if we can find them. Oh, we did find them. I thought this would be the deconstruction gang. Yeah, I think it's time to tear this one up. What kind of ammo do you have in the Spidertrons? Just regular rockets. They do more direct damage, and I find that all too often you're not getting the value from splash. If the splash damage rockets... If the explosive rockets did as much damage directly, then I would definitely use those. There is one thing I'm not sure whether or not I like about the new Omni Smelter design. And that is the fact that the Roboports... Where did I put it? Space Exploration, here it is. The Roboports are actually... If I put these blocks next to each other, they're going to merge. They're going to merge the Robo networks, and we might end up with some bots having to make some long trips. So I think we'll probably keep these apart. Of course, we're going to need far fewer of them. We can fit 144 furnaces as opposed to 36, although it's actually like 36 times 1.6 if you compare the crafting speeds. It's still more than double in one block how much crafting speed we can fit. And it should be more UPS friendly as well. So that's a win-win. The only downside is we are going to go through quite a lot of logistic bots because of bot attrition. Oh, and it's going to use a lot more power. So there's that. Can I stop clicking on the wrong one? There we go. So I'll get them to build that. It's actually 144 crafting combinators. And I don't know if I've got the Spidertrons carrying enough of those. Either I've just got the leader carrying some, in which case it's not enough, but judging by the sheer number of them I'm already seeing, I think we do have crafting combinators requested by the regular Spidertrons. The regular construction Spidertrons. There is one thing I'm really not liking about the auto trash mod, which is when you use trash unrequested items, which is like the entire reason that I am using this mod, it adds the items that we're setting a 0 request for right at the start of the list of stuff, which has completely wrecked the organized layout that I had for these things. I'm sure it would be fine though if you're starting from scratch and you've got no logistic requests whatsoever, and you start with trash unrequested items and then you start changing things. That's probably better. Alright, seems we need to go get some more furnaces and a lot more storage chests. Actually, they didn't bring any logistic chests. I don't know why they're not carrying those. But we're going to have to update that. Was it this one? I think so. And we'll get them to go back to the mall. We also need some lights. Well, we don't really need the lights, but it's a nice to have. We'll get them to just move around a bit to give the logistic bots time to give them everything. And then I can move them back here and forget about them. Okay, what do we got? 500. So we're 1/12 of the way to being able to build our nuclear plant. I'll take... already got that. Don't know where I want to put the media defenses. I'm sure we'll figure it out. And the core mining drills. That should be enough for now. Away we go. Feels weird having so few bots. So the way we power manage mines is because they have a minimum power consumption of 0. All we're doing is switching off the belts in front of them whenever the accumulator charge drops below 100%. Normally I like to use a latch for power management so that things don't flicker on and off violently, but the belts being the things that actually stop sort of adds a little bit of that behavior into it automatically. So I think we'll put our media defenses about here. Actually, oh no, this will be fine. I think. How many did we bring? 10? 12, apparently. No kill like overkill. Can we do a nice symmetrical layout, perhaps? Do you stream Factorio often? I'm getting back into the game after like a year off. Got like 3,000 hours and never built a mega base. I do indeed. My schedule for now is 5 days a week, 7-hour streams. And at least 4 of those are Factorio. Depending on if I feel like it, we might do a variety stream 1 day a week. Okay, so I've got 2 more of these. Can I maybe... Wait, what? Oh, I see. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty good. Thank you for the follow, the Undermined. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. And around this way. And let's put our ammo here. What's 20 times 48? 960? Actually, I think that should be a green chest, because I want all of the ammo here, but I want LTN... I want the logistic network, rather, to know how much of it we've got. So that we don't request an extra chest load of ammo. Okay. I wanted to check on Nalvis. Seems we're lacking industrial furnaces. Can I search this? It doesn't look like it. Here we go, 20 furnaces. If each spider can carry 20, I would have thought they'd have come back with quite a few furnaces by now. We've actually got the logic working already, and the chests and everything down here. Yeah, I think this is already functional. We just need to add some more furnaces and stuff to it. What I am concerned about for the moment is why are we not making furnaces here? Or did we never actually make furnaces here? I'm sure we did. If we haven't been making furnaces... Oh, chemical plant oil refinery. If we haven't been making furnaces from this block, then I don't know where the spiders have been getting them from. Or maybe they just... we just build them so rarely that it took them a while to run out. We'll set it to build as many furnaces as can fit in one of those blocks. Oh, this is another blueprint I wanted to update, actually. Wow. We're really struggling with storage here at the moment. This might be a problem. Well, may as well start ripping the band-aid off now. Especially while I'm not there waiting for anything personally. So what we're going to do is... well, before we deconstruct all of this, I'm going to save a copy of all of the requests for things to craft that we've got over here. And then we're just going to deconstruct this. And I have a slightly newer version of that blueprint. It's based on the one that we've made up in space. So how this works is we've got a list of stuff that we want the machines to make. We compare it to what's in the logistic network. We have a timer so that they only switch recipe, let's see, once every 30 seconds. So that the recipes don't flicker all over the place left and right, and then the inserters and the bots can't keep up. This is just a memory cell that resets once every 30 seconds. So when t equals 1, we send through... t from the timer, that is. When t equals 1, we send through the R for reset over here. This thing is linked to its own input. If R equals 0, output everything input count, so that goes round and round in circles. So on tick, well, just after, because this takes 1 tick, but on tick number 1, we send it an R signal for reset. On tick number 2, we pass everything through. Positive numbers from the stuff that we want to make, negative numbers for how much we've got in the logistic network. And then we have a memory cell here, which is just a list of things that we want to craft. We also have a T in there. We get rid of that with negative a million T over here. And then we've got a series of these saying, if anything is greater than 0, output anything input count. That will spit out just one of the positive signals that it's being fed arbitrarily. And then we use that to set the recipe for one of these machines with crafting combinators. We then pass everything over here, subtract that signal that we just picked out, and do it all again. So this is a much better version of this thing than what I had before, because for one thing, it's not prone to having the recipes change every other second. I also made this a bit more compact than just having a pair of those doing 6 recipes. Oh, and also we do 12 different recipes here, so it's much less likely to get stuck. I've never seen anyone change recipes using logic. Gotta be a mod? Yes, the mod is called Crafting Combinator. The little blue constant combinator looking thing, you point it at the, in this case, assembly machine. And depending on the settings, I'll just find one that we've got working. Depending on the settings, you can read or write the recipe. You can tell it to delete items or fluids that are in the inputs when it swaps recipes, or you can have them ejected. Well, in the case of fluids, you would have to make sure there's room in the pipes, I suppose. But in this case, we've got a chest behind and to the right of this crafting combinator where items get shoved into. So yeah, that's basically it. There's also a combinator called a recipe combinator, which by default, I think, find ingredients. What we're doing is we're looking at the recipe that we set here, and we're getting the things that need to go into that recipe. I've also got something set up here so that we send some massive negative signals, a blacklist, to each of these requested chests, so we're never having it, for example, steel delivered to these chests, because we've got all of those common items in these request chests up here. And that just helps. Apart from it makes far less work for the bots to do. It also means we can fit a lot more of these high throughput items up here and not overload this chest. It is nice to see a flow of Holmium accumulators being built. Very nice indeed. Okay, so how much landfill do we have now? 1060. We're 1/6 of the way there. I might get the construction spiders to help build whatever they can down here. And let's see. Varus landing pad. We need some power here for the signal transmitter so that we can get stuff delivered here. But I think to get started, I'll just fudge it and put those signals back on Nauvis. Still need to modify this one. So I think instead of a green signal, because that's a specific signal that's used for the cargo rocket silos, launch on green signal. I think I'll just change this to a checkmark. And then back on Nauvis. Wait, did we get our... Oh, right. I forgot, we're still waiting for this to be replaced. This might take longer than I would like it to. Also, what on earth are these? I'm pretty sure that's from the old... the old circuit. It's really hard to see at this point. This should not be a blue light. I don't know what's going on with these stations. It should only be a depot that has a blue light. That's a bit concerning. Oh, these are just ready to be added to the rail network. Okay, I might just send the spiders back to this place. We've probably got furnaces being made here, and if we haven't, we can always arrange it. Yeah, I don't think we do. Where's our spiders? They are so hard to see right now. Oh my goodness. Oh, I found it. Yes. Okay, head up this way, please. And we'll make doubly sure that there's a... I nearly said Omni-Smelter. Industrial Furnace. Industrial Furnace requires Electric Furnace, which requires Steel Furnace, which requires Stone Furnace. So I think it would be hard to miss if we're already doing that in the old bot wall. So let's start with this, and this, and this, and this. We'll use shift right click, shift left click to set the requests. Whoops. And then probably need some stack inserters for some of these inputs. So you'll have your white guys on a thing never have to find them. You might like a mod, I forget the name, that can save spider remotes and stuff. That seems good. I also recall someone mentioning that one of the updates, or maybe upcoming updates to space exploration, is going to have the character inventory for the navigation satellite uplink not disappear. So that would allow me to put a bunch of Spidertron remotes here and have them actually assist, which would be nice. Oh, we've already got this working. That's right, I just needed to set some limits on these. Let's say just 50, because that's a prerequisite. And finally, industrial furnace, let's say 200. Since 144 is one of our new blocks. How many have we made? 19 already. Fantastic. How many do we need to finish this block? 61? That's more than I thought. Well, we're a third of the way there already. We could probably... Oh my goodness. Well, that's all of the bots belonging to the spiders crawling back to them. That'll take a minute. But yeah, I think we'll use module inserter and speed these up a bit. Although it seems like there's no need on the first one. It's already bottlenecked by... Well, it's bottlenecked by it's finished its job, actually. So no worries there. Speed modules are on the way, but it seems like the bots are really busy at the moment. Actually, shouldn't it be construction bots that are moving the modules? I think it's probably because the Spidertron construction bots have been reserved to put these modules here, and they are taking a little while. Oh my god, they're also going to be moving a whole lot of resources from one of the bot moles to the newer, to the older one. Okay. That's gonna take a minute to resolve itself. Let's put in a pylon substation right about here, please. When that happens, I call it the Slowbot Army, indeed. Okay, in the meantime, well, I kind of need a Spidertron over here so that I can physically put a combinator in place. But, let's see. H times -1. That's everything that's in the... Oh, I see. It's a little bit harder for even me to follow this because I smushed it all up into this space, as opposed to left it in a layout where things were sort of grouped by their function. But I think I want this red wire, and we're going to have a decider combinator here, decider combinator here. I'll just double check this. Yeah, the tick signal is going to be on the red wire, coming from the signal receiver. What's this planet called again? Varys? So this is going to be called... sure, Varys Landing Pad. Why not? Channel Varys Landing Pad. Okay. So this one is going to be set to Varus landing pad. Does it need to be powered for it to exist in this drop-down? Maybe? Okay, signal receiver, Varus landing pad. We're going to connect a red wire from this to this. And this one right here, we're going to check that there's any requests in this requester chest. That's going to be a tick as well. So we're going to connect that to there. That'll be anything greater than 0, output 1 tick. This will go here to here. If 2 ticks, output green signal. And then not be able to reach. Fantastic. We could probably... No. Well, worst case scenario, I'll piggyback off of one of these inserters that doesn't need a wire. What should I be doing in the meantime, though? I guess we can start laying out our landfill for the nuclear plant. And let's make sure we rescue those fish as well. We should have those 60 furnaces by now. Let's see. 119. And they've probably been delivered to the spiders. The bots are only now catching up, though. So I need to give them another minute or two. I'll just double check this. So we don't load cargo in until the rocket is ready to launch. Space capsule equals 0. Cargo rocket section less than 100. Cargo rocket section. Packed cargo rocket section. Fantastic. We could probably also direct insert this here. But I'm not too worried about that. There's definitely logistic in range. Something else I forgot to send with the initial rocket is nuclear fuel. That would definitely be helpful. Alright, it looks like our spiders are ready. First, I'll have them swing by here and drop some combinators. I'm 99% sure I just need these 2. And then I'll get them to come down here and finish this build. We also need some wide area beacons. Currently, we're consuming more power to go slower. I would have been able... Oh, let's check here. There should be wide area beacons that we were constructing in this place. Yeah, here they are. And yet, the Spidertrons aren't carrying them. Wide area beacon. We've actually got 315 of them. So something's wrong with their logistic requests. Again. Let's see. Where even is the beacon? It's easy enough to edit the requests for the player. Do that here. But I don't... Oh, wait, can I load the construction truck? Load preset when respawning. If I click this... Okay. Okay, that's getting better. Can I search for wide area beacon though? Or could I just happen to mouse over it before I figure out how to search it? That works as well. Not so much in the long term. It's probably overkill to get them to carry 25 individually. But we could just set the overall requests for them a bit lower in the bot block. Okay, so construct Otron, save. That's easier than the way I was doing it before. Quick actions. Clear requests, clear trash, clear both. Okay. Alright, so I go back to Nauvis and try to find the leader. Oh, I got it. I'm cheating by looking over here on the right. There we go. So Constructotron. And you, Constructotron. Copy to all the others. I can hardly even see them, so I'm not going to try right now to get all the yellow ones. I'll just leave it at that for now. So they should be carrying the wide area beacons as well. Wow, we've already got a lot of bots here. I guess it's not surprising. We have 870 logistic bots. And the available bots is hovering over 500 for the most part. I think our request threshold is 1 stack, so it would have to drop to 450 to trigger a delivery, and even then LTN checks not that often. But that's fine. So I'm thinking... I don't actually know how many bots we're going to end up using for this. In any case, they seem to be keeping up without too much trouble. Okay. How's our landfill going? I think they've run out. That's fine. Grab the fishies. And back to resupply. Now then. We should have those combinators now. Fantastic. And what I think I'll do is... So this red wire is going to go here. If anything is greater than 0, we're going to output check signal. So basically, if there's any requests being set here, which is the one remainder requester chest to put stuff into this cargo rocket, we're going to pass through a check mark. We're also going to get a check mark or not from the other planet. If check signal greater than 1, output green signal. And then can't reach this over here, but if I do this and just set this stack inserter to be mode of operation none, so it's unconditional. Don't change this entity's behavior based on the circuit. We can use that one to piggyback across. Okay, so the condition to launch will be launch on green signal. When fuel full is kind of implicit. Yeah, launch on green signal. What's our target? Varus landing pad. So now it's going to start fueling up. And we need to request some stuff. First of all, we need some space capsules. I think I'll just copy this right here.